Alright guys, you know, let's get this housing, cooling housing off of here first. This thing, what the heck? This thing's missing a bolt over here. This bolt is down here with some, I don't know, paper towels or something. Dang. Okay, we got a 10mm deep 3/8 drive with a 4-inch 3/8 drive extension. You're gonna have two 10mm nuts. One right down in there, right there. Okay, and then the other one is right down here. So you have to go under this housing, and that sucks. That sucks. And that one came out with the whole stud and all. So, let's back this off. Wait a minute, is there another one? Why was this nut on there? And then seems like there's another one in back of it. Oh, this pipe went on that one. What? Okay, you gotta hold that pipe. Can you see in here? Mm-hmm. All right, so we gotta hold that pipe out of the way a little bit.
Oh,
huh?
What do you mean?
I thought you
like
can see.
I can, but I don't know what you mean by hold it out of the way. Like it's blocking you from the nut.
There's a.
Okay, gotcha. I got
see,
it.
there's an opening on it. See that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
You saw.
I didn't know. No. The holding it out of the way. Never mind. I know where. It wasn't the nut that was confusing. It was the pipe.
All right, we got that out of the way. Man, that looks nasty. And actually, I think this whole thing was leaking no matter what.
And what happened? They didn't put it back right?
Let's disconnect this cooling sense right here. Same thing, guys. Push down, push that little tab up, and it unplugs. This thing, if you can look at this, see how it's all rotted out right there?
Yeah.
It's gone. So this thing was leaking like crazy. You know, they took the head off. So you tell them you didn't see this, or they just left this on. So we got to get a new housing, coolant housing on this too also as well. But right now we're going to leave this off to the side. Now we're going to take off our valve cover. Valve cover held on by series. Looks like 8 10mm nuts. I'm going to use my 10mm deep. Same thing over there. And go around. 8 of them. And take them all out. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright guys, I got all the nuts out. Guys, you know what happened here? That was leaking. It blew the head gasket. And that was still leaking. That's the reason why the head gasket blew, and they just didn't even fix it. I guarantee you that's what happened, guys. Let's take this cover up. Ooh, man, dang. Plastic shield right there. Okay, at least we can see the head bolts inside there. Alright, let's set this down to the side. And let's get ready to take our timing belt off. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's our timing belt tensioner. And it's got a 13mm nut on the end of it. Why that nut don't look like it belonged there? I don't know. So we're going to loosen that nut up. And that loosens up the tensioner. And actually this tensioner is definitely was loose because the tightness, you got to bring it this way. And look how far I'm turning this. that thing was definitely off. So we got that loose. Let's slowly walk our belt off. Okay, that is great. Looks like I got a new water pump in here, so I ain't gotta worry about the water pump. But we'll definitely change, even though the belt is new, we're gonna definitely change that belt as well. Alright, let's get ready to, wait a minute, is this bracket here in the way of coming off on that head? I can't really see it. What I want you to do is come to Alright guys, we got this little bracket right here. Yeah, that bolt's bolted into the head. And then this one's bolted down to the water pump. So take this 10mm off. Wait a minute, that's the loosest. And yeah, we definitely gotta pull this off, because I have no idea what these idiots did, these idiots. I have no idea what they did. Alright, let's get that 13mm out. Looking for a quick buck. Alright. Let's set this to the side and we'll be right back. Alright guys, while we're at it, let's go ahead and finish taking this 13mm nut off. Take our tensioner off. Put the nut back on it. Alright, now let's get ready to unbolt. Take off the head bolts. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're ready to take out our head bolts. Now these head bolts, guys, are poly drive bolts. Now, head bolts. Do not make a mistake and use a torque socket, because it will not work. This is a torque socket. And if you can see inside one of those bolts, looks like you can use a torque socket. Here is a poly drive socket. Look at the difference. Look at the face right there. It's wider than a Torx. If you try to use this, you will, I'm not saying you might, you will strip those head bolts out, and then you'd be in a world of trouble. Don't call me on that one, because that one I don't know what to do. Alright, so we're going to start from the outside, and we're using a, make sure that socket is down there.
What socket is that though?
This is, oh, that's right, this is a poly drive 10. Number 10. Make tell down here, I got about a 6-inch, half-inch drive extension and my half-inch drive ratchet. And this, guys, when you get good at this, you will, because we was questioning whether they torqued this head down properly. I've been doing this for a while, that when I start loosening up these bolts, I can tell that if all of them was tightened down the same, or you just tightened down wherever. So let's go. Alright, okay, I got a feel for one. I'm gonna go over here to another one. Yes, it does feel like it was torqued down. Let's go over here to this last one over here. Now, whether he used the same head bolts, I don't know. More than likely they did. Alright, you want to start from the outside and then work your way towards the inside. Alright, let's get all these bolts out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do, get some needle nose and just going to pick all. I like it was water on that one. Let's take all the bolts out. Alright. Hope I don't see nothing funky like I saw on that first one. Alright, let's get them out and set them to the side and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we think we got them all out. Let's, oh yeah, this is a light cylinder head. Let's take this up. Turn this over. You know what guys, let's go set this down on something. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got the head out here in the light. Guys, this right here, that's making me nervous. That right there. And actually that looks like it's going into the valve seat as well. Let me what I'm doing is filling this up with some water, or some carburetor cleaner in this case. And what I want to see is if it leaks, it'll leak out of here. In fact, let me turn it to the side like this, and something like this end. Now, let's fill this up. You know, so I noticed when Alright. So now if this thing was leaking, it would leak out of here, or it would leak out on the other side.
Don't see anything.
Don't see anything. Alright, let's go back to the other side. Just like this side, like see this valve guys is open. Now when I spray into here, it comes right out. So it's holding, but I gotta I don't know, something making me really nervous about that. I think because the timing was off. But this is what I think would happen. I think the car overheated because of that coolant, that water outlet in the back was cracked. They put that back on, it would have still overheated eventually. But when he put the timing belt on, he didn't put the tension right. So the tension, it jumped timing, and bam, back to this. So what I want to do, guys, I'm gonna clean all this up. I'm gonna get us a wire brush and clean all this up, and we're gonna check out where that little dimples or whatever you want to call them, man, like it was someone eating at it. I'm gonna check that out. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, here's the cylinder right here. I cleaned it up. Now I'm worrying about right over there. See, now I'm worrying about whether the valve seat is cracked. You can get a really good look at that with the camera. How does it look in there? Look good?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like it's...
Alright, I'll tell you what. This is what we're going to do, guys.
Looks like it's,
just marked up.
Picked up, or... I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, marked up.
What we're going to do is turn the cylinder head over. Make sure nothing's in the way. Get an 18mm socket. And what I'm going to do here is, which one? Is it the exhaust one? This is the intake. Yeah, this one, the exhaust. Here's the lobe for that cylinder, that valve right there. I'm going to open that valve up. That opened that valve up. turn it back over. And now, look into there. And the valve seat is the where that when that valve closes, it seats right there. Is it cracked anything?
Let me get a good angle. No, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it's going in there.
All right, let me turn this over more. I know the shadow makes it a bad lighting. Let me get some more lighting.
Let me see.
Now, let me get it.
Maybe a little bit right.
One thing we don't want to do is put this thing back together.
No, that's not.
See, I'm seeing. Wait a minute. Don't.
It doesn't look like it's going in the seat.
It doesn't. No, it definitely doesn't. So I think we're good.
I think we're good. Just need some serious cleaning.
That's good. All right.
No,
then,
you gotta clean off all that gasket stuff.
it's good. The next thing we're gonna do, guys, is we gotta see if we can put this thing into like a neutral position, so we can check the head to see if it's warped. Right about there. Right below the good. It's right below the cylinder. That one's coming up. Actually, we can go a little bit more. Okay. Now let's go get our straight edge and check this cylinder head. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright guys, this right here is a straight edge that we bought. And what you want to do, you're going to measure it like this. You're going to lay it down and you're going to take from corner to corner, then corner to corner, and then straight right there. You're going to take you a feeler gauge, get the smallest one you have, and what you're going to do is, dang it, man, what the heck? What's the smallest one? This one. No, that's not. There. Okay, there we go. That one right there. And you're going to take it and you're going to see if it goes up under the straight edge. If it does, that means this cylinder head is kind of warped. But you don't want to do it now because this thing's got dirt on it and it definitely can throw you off. So you want to have to clean that head up a little bit. So let's clean this up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, usually cylinder heads warp right in the center. So we might as well cut it out and go ahead and try it right from the point. Right from... Oh wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, now we try to angle like this. You want to go from the bolt hole, cylinder head bolt hole, over to the cylinder bolt hole. That seems like it won't adjust. No, I thought that went through, but no, it didn't. It's good, guys. Wow, I wonder did they have it shaved down? Cause that is good, man. We are good to go, man. Dang it, yeah, buddy. All right, guys. The next thing we want to do is, well, we already cleaned this off, but we want to clean it off a little bit more. Take out the spark plugs. Clean over here. This is the side with the exhaust manifold. Clean all that up. In the back, clean up right here where that water outlet goes. Then over this side where the intake goes, clean that up. Then turn it over where the valve cover gasket goes, clean up all that. And then We're gonna spray all this down with carburetor cleaner and clean this up. Now let's go over to the engine and show you what to clean up over there. We'll be right back. Alright guys, and then we got our let me see this. We can actually, guys, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna reuse this. This ain't bad.
You're too much.
I can't get over what you do, dang it!
You're too much.
So we take this off. We're gonna clean up
They would never believe you reused that.
Yeah, they wouldn't believe me. Clean up all this. Clean up the exhaust manifold. And when we get this part, we're going to change that together. That's all busted up.
Busted.
Dang it. And then we're going to do all the, get this thing back together. Alright guys, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now it's cleanup time. So now what we have to do is we got to clean up the surface of the block. Yeah, we're going to get that nice and clean. The exhaust manifold. Let's see, anything else I do? We're going to get us a new one of these, new water outlet housing. And then I want to show you guys the party line. Guys, this is probably the most important part of any big job. This is what we call the party line. Now, a lot of you guys already know what the party line is, but to those who don't, what this is every time you take off a part on a vehicle, you put it in a line. You start way from the beginning. And remember, the first thing we took off was the wiper blades. Then we took off the air filter housing. And every time we took off a part, we put it in line. Now, you might be wondering, why the heck did he do that? And also, especially guys, what's really important, we put the bolts back. Either we put the bolts back in the part. As we come down here, we can see what we did with the motor mount and the bracket. What we did, or what we do is put the bolts back on the engine. For instance, like the ignition coil. I mean, that we broke that one off. That's good. That's good. So I can have this job apart for a year if I want. As long as my party line stays intact, I am not going to have a problem putting this car back together. Start from the end and work your way back. So we know the first thing is the cylinder head, then the head bolts. I don't know what the heck that is. I took it off somewhere. We're going to find out. But as you can see, when we start walking back down the line and put this car back together, this is, instead of you having a bunch of parts in the corner, thrown all out the way, you don't know which way, what goes where, this is the best way. This is the best way of doing a big job. And let's see. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to clean up the intake, clean up that intake. And then we're going to get our parts ordered and we'll be right back. Alright guys, check this out, man. Good thing I was looking at this. Alright, I was cleaning the exhaust manifold up. That came out pretty good. Yeah, buddy. Then I got down to doing the block. Then I noticed, look at that mark right there. Then on piston number 2. Number 3, I didn't see any. But number 4, I did. Look at that, guys. I mean, that's barely in there. But that looks like the valve was hitting those pistons. So you know what? Let's get that cylinder head and check this out again. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright, I got the cylinder head set up on a table. And guys, you know, it looks pretty good. This one we can't tell because the valves are just about to open up. And it doesn't look like it's been... Wait a minute, that side over there looks like it's sticking up a little bit more than over there, I think. You know what, I'll tell you what, this is what we're going to do, guys. Let's take some carburetor cleaner, fill this up, and this side is the intake, right here. So we're going to see if fluid drains out of here. Let me see if we get a good look at that if it does. Yeah, we'll see it, we'll see it. Alright, so let's get some carburetor cleaner and let's do the test. Be right back. Alright guys, here we go. Got my carburetor cleaner, and what we're going to do is we're going to fill this cylinder up. Alright. Now we sit here and wait to see if we get any fluid dripping down here. And right now, I don't see none. So maybe that cylinder's... Maybe... No. There it is. There it is, guys. Look in there. Look in there. I see it. Look at it. Dang it. Look at that thing leaking down. Son of a biscuit. Let's go over here to the exhaust side and see if we see anything. No. I don't see nothing for the exhaust. Go back over here to the... Heck yeah, look at that. Go ahead. Alright, so we are going to be replacing the intake valves. Well, good thing we caught it now, because that would have sucked. I mean, that small leak, it would have ran, but it would have definitely not been right. Let's see. It would have probably caused a PO something, I don't know. One of them codes. That sucked. Alright, guys. So, what I'm going to do here is go ahead, continue cleaning this up, and then we're going to change those intake valves together. Okay, first we got to order them, of course. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, check it out. Yeah, buddy. We got new melling intake valves. All 4 of them. Alright, so let's start getting this head apart. The first thing we're going to do is we have to remove our gear, camshaft gear. So yeah, it's got an 18mm bolt right here. So I'm going to use my 18mm socket. Put my cordless gun. Take that bolt out and just wiggle this. And be careful, because there's a wheel behind there for the camshaft position sensor that's right here. So you don't want to bend it or anything. So you want to pull it out slowly, just like that. Because you see right there, these fins sit right into there. And if you break that or bend these fins, this car will run ragged as anything. Alright, so be careful. Let's put this bolt back in there. Let's set this down and we'll be right back. Alright, guys, the next thing you want to do is take your 13mm shallow socket. Now you're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 nuts right here that's holding on the camshaft. Now when you take this camshaft up, you want to start disconnecting it, loosen them up from the outside, and then work your way toward the center. And when we tighten it down, we're going to start from the center and work our way out. So, let's change over to our socket. And you can use a ratchet if you want. So you can, wait a minute, what the heck? Holy cow, man. These bolts are loose. No, the other ones is good. Man, stop having backyard people work on your car.
Maybe they forgot.
Yeah, evidently, yeah. Okay, and then you work your way towards the inside, and then once you do that, you take all of them up. But also, guys, you know what you're gonna do? You know what I want you to do, guys? Just so you don't mess nothing up. Take your rag or something and clean up right in the center of the caps. Because we're going to mark those. Get you a marker or something, and I want you to mark them in the order. Like this will be 1. Of course, this is different from all the rest, so you ain't got to worry about this one. But anyway, put 1, put a number 2 or 2 dots, 3, 4, and 5. That's way, if something happens, you mix them up. You can put them back together the way it was. Because sometimes you can mix one up and it'll lock that cam up when you go to start the engine. So you definitely want to put them back the way you got them. Alright, so let's mark those, get these caps off, and we'll be right back.